So I'm going to do an experiment, and I think I've done this experiment before, but I am bored. I don't know what this is about. I did not just watch Rocky or 8 Mile. It's sometimes you just have to put on a hoodie because it just feels like a baby blanket and it's warm. It's cold here in California. By the way, I know I'm getting a lot of complaints about lighting. And I work out of a cave, guys. And one day I will either be in the sky or in front of a giant window, and the lighting will be amazing. But right now I am doing this out of my little condo in K-Town, and there is no sunlight. Here's the experiment. I just wrote a post called Home in Your Eyes, and I'm going to do a video. The post got like 100... what are they called, likes or reblogs or whatever. Then when I do a video, it gets about 5. It's starting to hurt my feelings, I'll be honest. It hurts a little bit. I know I'm not the prettiest man, but 100 to 3, same content. I don't know how to not take that personally. Anyway, okay. Home in Your Eyes. You guys know I'm joking in a way. I'm making videos because I'm bored, but I want there to be some content. Some people do like watching because they are doing 50 things and they would rather hear something than actually read, like me. So, Home in Your Eyes. I talk a lot about. I had a conversation with a client today, and it encouraged me to think about this non-negotiable that I have. And I talk a lot about non-negotiables, guys. Non-negotiables create your strainer. I think more people need to not negotiate, have non-negotiables, things that they are willing to not negotiate about themselves in relationships. So one of my non-negotiables is I need to see home in your eyes. I need to see home in your eyes. And what I mean by that is there are some people you want to sleep with. There are some people that you find interesting, that are sexy, that are charismatic, that are funny. But out of those people that you're attracted to, how many can you actually say, or how many can you picture yourself coming home to every day when you've had a shitty day and you don't want to face tomorrow? That's the person that you want to be with. That's the person that you see. That's the person that is going to pull you out of yesterday and give you tomorrow. How many of them have the ability to give you a rock solid container? How many have the ability to create a space that no matter what happens out there, you know that when you come home, everything's going to be okay? That's really powerful, right? And not a lot of people can provide that. I think that's an ability. I think there's also chemistry involved and energy and all that, but I think you have to have an ability to create that kind of space. It requires metacognition, right? Okay. And it's not because they say so, but it's because they have this ability to make you feel invincible/beautiful. And I think there's a difference between someone being supportive on paper. Being supportive on paper is not home. So home is a feeling. It's home is, like I said, someone that pulls you out of yesterday, supports you, and gives you tomorrow. What I mean by gives you tomorrow is someone that when you're feeling down or discouraged, just being in this space, interacting with this person gives you just a wash, gives you energy, gives you a reboot, gives you the courage to wake up tomorrow and start again. Home isn't where the heart is. Home is where they are. Okay? You guys know what I mean by that? Doesn't matter where they are, that is home. And yes, home is pillow fights and grilled cheese on rainy days and ice cream and fries in bed. And by the way, have you guys tried ice cream and fries in bed? It has to be vanilla ice cream because ice cream can't be too sweet. But vanilla ice cream, it's that sweet and salty thing, right? It's that peanut butter and chocolate. Ice cream and fries in bed is pretty amazing. Although it depends on the company. Ice cream and fries alone in bed can also be really depressing. So it depends on who you're with for that to be an amazing experience. Reading next to each other on a Friday night. I've been in relationships where we're just working and doing our own thing, but the fact that we are next to each other, we have our MacBooks open and we're working, but knowing that that person is next to you, that can feel like home. This idea that you don't have to have an activity to enjoy one's company. A lot of couples have to have a plan. They have to go see a movie, they have to go to a certain restaurant, they have to do all these things. Sometimes just being around that person alone and exchanging that energy is all you need. That's what I mean by that. That is home. What else do I have here? Pajamas and bedhead. Okay. And of course, knowing there's no one better for your children than him or her. That is home. But more than that, home is trust. And it's a glue so strong that you actually prefer to be vulnerable. You actually prefer to be emotionally naked instead of distant and not. It's like the container is so safe that you can't not be transparent. That you would rather it allows you to be completely you, like honestly you, with zero veneer. Okay, that's home. So when you're looking at someone, you have to ask yourself if this is one of your non-negotiables. Does that person have the ability to make me feel like that? And when we're talking about trust, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to trust, right? It's not just about cheating and lying. Someone cannot trust, like for example, I see this happen a lot in relationships. A woman will outgrow a man and that trust is broken. And it's not because he cheated on her or because he's been lying, but it's because maybe his refusal to grow up. And what I mean by that is a man who doesn't know what he wants to do with his life, which is okay, but he's not doing anything to explore that. So it's less behavior, more mindset, and not knowing where he's going. So when that happens, she doesn't trust him, right? And if she doesn't trust him, chemistry changes. Whenever trust is not there, chemistry is changing or it's right around the corner, guaranteed. So there's different types of trust, and it's not just about lying and cheating. Anyway, so home is this idea of a magical wash because you know what? Relationships are hard enough as they are, right? I believe that there needs to be this dynamic, this engine, and it gives you a daily wash. And home is just one. There's other things that I have that are non-negotiable too, but home is one element that gives you this magical wash every day, that gives you blinders, and you don't see anyone else except that person. That is what home is. And for me, I need to see home in your eyes.